Hi, Thumos guys, welcome back. Hope you're feeling amazing. We gotta talk. This video here, we're gonna go into masculinity. We're going to go into the quickest way that you can begin to change your life. Now, I know that sounds cliche. There's thousands of self-development YouTubers that will probably tell you the same thing. I don't think anyone's approached it like this. And I want to speak to you, and I want to speak to gamers specifically because, in the past, I've actually knocked gaming. And I think I could have been a little bit more, you could say, tactful in my approach to, you know, my ideas of gaming. I mean, straight up with you, I enjoy gaming. Freaking love gaming. Gaming's awesome. I find it harder these days to find like good games, but I grew up gaming, dude. So who am I? I don't want to be a hypocrite. That's why I've actually deleted a few videos I had on gaming, like get rid of your game system. Now, yes, let me just tell you this. I do think it has its place, but I think that it's so good almost, especially these days, that it can become a sort of, I mean, like you'll spend more time in a game than you do in the real world. And so maybe you're sick of spending so much time, so you have to be careful. But I also think that there's a benefit, and I think it's a generational thing, man. Like think about it, your dad, unless you're really young, unless you're watching this and you're like 10, which I recommend you don't watch this channel. Your dad did not play video games. He did not play the type of video games that we're playing these days, which is just absolutely insane, right? And so we grew up in a generation where we had these awesome games, these awesome heroes, these characters, these awesome adventure stories, quests. And they're in us, dude. They're deep in here. They've been guiding us probably for quite some time. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've played some pretty awesome games. I know that my dad never had that. I don't know what the hell my dad did for entertainment. Probably smoke some cigarettes and drink with his buddies, and chase after girls. But a lot of us are looking for that direction. We're looking, what do we do next, dude? So let's talk about it because I think gamers are pretty well equipped to be the future. I think gamers are the future. I think men are the future. I think that this generation right here, if we don't rise up, dude, if we don't become strong, set the example, change the status quo, then I think, I don't see too many good things coming of that. So I think we should take it upon ourselves. We should help each other out. We should lift each other up, and we should encourage one another to be better. So let's jump into this. First off, all games, not Call of Duty, but good games. Let's say good game, meaty games you sink your teeth into. WoW, RuneScape, Ghost of Tsushima, Zelda, Dark Souls, Skyrim, all of these games, dude. Awesome time spent in this fantasy world, this fictional world. You start out with a character that is what? He's weak. He's dog crap. He has no skills. He hardly has any clothes. Right? He's just weak, worthless. No weapons, nothing. Right? We all know this as gamers. We see it time and time again. This is actually pretty common what you see in fantasy books. And I'm a huge fan of fantasy sci-fi. And one thing that I noticed is there's a reoccurring theme, and it's actually popularized by Joseph Campbell. It's called the hero's journey or the hero's quest. And the hero's journey you're going to see in tons of different movies, tons of different games. It is seen in Lord of the Rings. Okay, you want the hero's journey in all of its glory, perfection, just watch Lord of the Rings. Young Frodo sets out on a journey, meets Gandalf, the wizard with the white hair and the pipe, faces trials and tribulations, and so on and so on. There's actually, you can look up the hero's journey, the hero's monomyth it's called. Again, made famous by Joseph Campbell. I'm pulling it up right now so I can better explain it to you, but pull this up and you'll see, man, I've seen this scenario, I've seen these patterns, these motifs countless times in entertainment. And it's what hooks us because we all love a good hero's journey, man. We all love to see someone that starts at the lowest point and they start to rise up and they face the world. They face the darkness, evil, and they overcome it. They become someone that can overcome that. And so I want to talk about how do we live our own hero's journey? Because a lot of us, we're confused. Let's just be honest, man. Dude, I'm confused sometimes. More, I would say less than I was, but still confused, you know? And especially in my early 20s, life was tough, dude. I wasn't sure what to do. And I kind of making this message for guys that are younger, maybe in their teens, maybe early 20s, maybe facing some trials and tribulations. And I want to give you a quick couple of things that you can just immediately start doing in your hero's journey to make you more of that, to make you feel more like a weapon, to make you feel more like a hero that can face whatever enemies are out there, whatever giants are out there, whatever, dragons are out there in the caves, whatever you need to, whatever scares the hell out of you. And so the first thing I would say is we have to look at what happens when every hero sets out, because the first step in the hero's journey is the call to adventure. He answers the call. And so let this video, if you're hearing this, maybe you're watching me for the first time, let this be the call. Answer the call, man. Answer the call that is telling you, I need to make a change. I need to get my act together. And don't belittle yourself or feel embarrassment or shame, but just be real with yourself. Maybe you don't like where your life is at. Maybe you want to make it better. You can do that. You have to answer the call. You have to make a strong declaration to yourself that I'm going to change. This is my one life. I'm a man. I'm not going to just be unhappy and miserable and depressed. No, I'm not going to be filled with anxiety. No, that's not what I have. I don't have a spirit of fear and anxiety. I have the opportunity to live a great life, and I want you guys to answer that call. You have to start by believing yourself, okay? And knowing that you can do it. Yeah, it takes some work. It's not always fun. You're going to suffer a bit. There's a lot of fun along the way, a lot of cool, companions along the way, a lot of cool mentors you're going to meet along the way, and a ton of great adventures to be had. But it starts by you declaring, I'm going to set out, I'm going to answer the call. And so the next thing that happens is you often see some sort of training. You often see some sort of tutorial. Now, you could see this in any video game that has a story. Dark Souls, we'll take for example. You start Dark Souls 1, because that's really the only one Dark Souls I've played, but you start out, you're in this prison, right? And you just run around, you're pretty much butt-ass naked. You got some underwear on. And, okay, you get some items, you start to you find this sword, and, oh wow, okay. Actually, do you even find a sword? I gotta replay Dark Souls 1, but I don't know. You're just weak, okay? There needs to be some sort of training for the individual, some sort of harnessing of skill, some sort of, like a powering up, like a leveling up, so that you can be able to face the enemies that are in the world around you, and then you're not just going to get clobbered every time. And many of us know, say RuneScape or WoW, like you have to grind in order to be better. You have to grind. Grind is the same thing. You could just, instead of grinding, a lot of us have been sold you got to work 14-hour days and be unhappy and love and just focus, buckle down, work. Grinding is more like being consistent. And that's why I say you guys are equipped with the story, because you have this story deeply ingrained in your head. Our parents really didn't have this. So you know it's like the grind in a video game. Now we just have to grind in real life. All that means is consistency. So consistency in leveling up, starting to train. What does that mean? Well, it actually means training. You want your body to be capable of going through life. Now, there's multiple benefits of actual physical training. You want your body to be healthy. You want your vehicle to be a Ferrari and not some, rusted Toyota Camry from 1980. I mean, I don't even know if there was Toyota Camrys then, but you get what I'm saying. You want that vroom, you want that high Thumos, you want that fire in the belly. You want to be able to move. A lot of times what we're dealing with, let's just address right now. Bad posture, low testosterone, we're either fat or we're way too skinny. So we have, those three things right there: being overweight, being underweight, having bad posture. What was the other one? And anyways, just being unhealthy in general. It comes with a lot of consequences. You're not going to be able to breathe. You're probably going to experience anxiety because of your lack of health. Your body's constantly inflamed. So it's relating to your mind. Your whole body's like a siren's going off all the time. When you begin to become healthy and strong, something changes. You become more capable of going on this journey and handling anything that comes along. Okay, so actual training. I'm telling you, I know a lot of you guys are scared of training, right? I know a lot of you guys don't know where to start. That's why in our Discord, we have 700 guys there that every single day we release a new workout. Okay, every single day we're just going to tell you exactly what to do, and then you go. You can, if you have some weights at home, that's fine. But I highly recommend that you take this program we're giving you and you get a gym membership. Okay, you say, so now I don't want a gym membership. Oh, I don't. All the gyms are closed. No more excuses. You're gonna find a way to do it. When I first started working out, my parents were moving from Florida to Ohio with 6 kids, right? And we were poor, and we kind of got evicted from the house. So my dad took the money that we had, and we knew some family up here. My mom had some family. My grandma had a house. We were going to move there, and pay her. And we stayed in a motel for like 2 weeks. This is right when I started working out. So I took a broomstick. I put 2 of the gallon jugs at the end. I just would do curls. I would do some overhead press. I didn't even know what I was doing, man. Right? But I would do some rows. I was curling, dude. I was working out, bro. I was like getting after it in the motel room. My sister and brother like in the pool. I'm like, come on, work out with me. They're like, no, you nerd. No, but I knew this was the beginning, man. I felt this is the call. I can see my body getting stronger. And it felt amazing. So, whatever it takes, man, I want you guys to begin working out. I want you to begin training in some way. It's going to naturally correct your posture. All of this sitting is killing us. There's some studies going out, they say sitting is the new smoking. Listen, our bodies are meant to move. It's as simple as that. You can't argue with how we're formed from nature. Like, if you want positive emotion, right? You cannot be immobilized. Like, motion equals emotion. And one of I think many of our ailments are from lack of movement, from lack of getting out there, from moving our bodies, actually giving it what it needs. And there's a great feeling that comes from that. Men are meant to be strong. That was the one I missed, but our testosterone is lower. Okay? Guys, listen. If you're in your teens, your testosterone is probably high. Probably want to jerk off all the time, right? I know prawn is super seductive. You're probably thinking you need, oh man, it's the best thing ever, right? And it gets old after a while, and you realize it's just draining. It doesn't do anything for your life. It kind of rots the mindset. It's not good. You want to just get away from that. Okay, I'm telling you, you just want to get away from that. But what I'm saying is your testosterone is going to there's all-time lows. More than ever, there's all-time lows. Testosterone in men has been declining like a couple percent every year. Okay, 1% every year, I think it is. When a man doesn't have adequate levels of testosterone, you feel depressed. You don't have this sort of oomph in your life where you're able to just go. Like, you see a hot girl, testosterone would kind of let you just, boom, go talk to her. Testosterone makes taking effort easy. If you have to do something, test gives you that sort of oomph where you just do it. Like, you don't have this mental blockage, like you're not always thinking. And I think a lot of us are dealing with it. We're thinking so much. Dude, we're unhealthy and our testosterone is declining. And so one of the main things that happens when you start working out is your testosterone goes back up. You combine that with eating enough protein, fats, carbohydrates, and eating pretty relatively good. You're not eating Pop-Tarts every day. You're not eating Tostino's pizza, dude. That's for plebs, right? Let's just get that out of the way. That's for plebs. You want to be a pleb? You want to think more like an NPC in a video game? Then you do what everyone does. You do what's easy. You do the path of least resistance, man, will change you. Okay, and I'm asking you the hero's journey isn't easy, but trust me, there are some amazing times, and at the end, you're the damn hero of the story. So that's what I'm asking you. Start training. Start doing the workouts. Get a gym membership if you can. You only need to go a couple times a week. Okay? Grind it out. When I say grind it, I mean be consistent for multiple days, weeks, months, for a year. Then it becomes habit. Then it becomes enjoyable. You don't need motivation. That's the biggest lie ever sold. Okay? You don't need motivation. You need consistency. You need the ability to grind until you see your character become stronger. Your character in real life. Okay? All of us are already motivated enough to get out of this plebeian state, to stop being a peasant, and to make our lives into something that is better. Yeah, it's hard. All the people out here saying, "Oh, the world's going to hell." Whatever. My ears are like this to that because I can't control all that. Okay, I can't control all of it, man. So guess what? I'm gonna stop listening to it. I'm gonna stop arguing politics. That never helped me at all. Watching the news has never provided a single benefit in my entire life. I don't know why my parents did it. I don't know why a lot of these boomers do it. It's the most ridiculous thing, right? Because all it is fear, and I don't need fear because I don't have. There's too much out here that I need to confront already, and so we have to start working out. We have to boost our testosterone. Couple basic things. I would write this down. If it's your first time, you want to work out, okay? Like I said, if you want to join the Discord, we give you a workout every day. We have these guys, everyone's doing it, dude. We have challenges and everything. So it makes it super easy to be consistent and stay on that grind. Start to eat. This is the second part. I would really advise you to count your macros. Now you may think, what the fuck, dude? I've never worked out and now this guy wants me to count my macros, dude. This guy's crazy. Unsubscribed. Unsubscribed. And then, you can live your life. You go about. I'm telling you, if there is one thing that's going to provide more energy in your life, more of your hormones balance themselves out, more level-headedness, equanimity on a day-to-day basis, then stop feeding yourself random amounts of calories day in and day out. Now, look, I myself have been on and off yo-yo dieting, eating like I just told you, and I'm telling you, I feel the absolute best. My recovery is the best. I am the most fun to be around. I'm the most charismatic. I'm the highest energy when I count my macros. I'm the most happy with myself. When I am eating roughly the same amount of calories every day. Now, people think this is so hard. It does not have to be hard at all. There's literally apps that you can use. MyFitnessPal, I use one by Dr. Lane Norton. It's called Carbon Diet Coach. Too bad I don't have affiliate with him because I'm sure some of you guys are going to look that up. But hey, Lane, maybe I'll reach out to you, get affiliate. I'm not affiliated with him right now. But any of these things you can track your macros. And it's like a video game, dude. It's fun. It's like every day. It makes you more present. The day-to-day, you start to count your macros. And, okay, I'm allowed to, right now I think my macros are like 400 grams of carbs, 200 grams of protein, and like 90 grams of fat. Now, macros, just the fats, carbs, proteins. That's all I'm talking about. If you eat, if you're burning, right, more calories than your body is taking in, you're going to lose weight, okay? If you're eating more, then you're going to gain weight. Simple as that. There's no magic pill. You don't need any supplements. You don't need anything. You just need to be in a calorie deficit. That's all it is. Okay, your body burns a certain amount of calories every single day. If you're burning a little bit more than it needs, then guess what happens? It goes, oh wait, let's go to the fat storage that I put here because I was overeating. I was storing it for times when I wasn't meeting my quota, and I'm gonna burn that now. And now I'm gonna reveal this awesome muscle that lies underneath. We all have six packs. You don't even need to do a crunch. You have a six pack. It's just underneath the fat. Okay, it's there. You have an abdomen underneath that fat. Okay, so again, you want your energy to be better. You want to like more clear-headed and that more oomph and higher test. Start counting your macros. I am telling you, it's worth all of the energy it takes. It only takes a couple minutes every day. Okay, now you might have to start shopping for yourself. You might have to tell your mom, listen, I don't want Pop-Tarts anymore. I don't want you buying Tostitos pizza. Okay, can you please just buy me some eggs, maybe some rice, maybe some potatoes? Can we start cooking for ourselves? I don't recommend eating out all the time. If it's easier, I know you guys like Chipotle, but at least track the Chipotle. Don't just eat Chipotle and think, oh, I'm good for the day. That's enough calories. No, you're not, dude. That's not enough. Or maybe you're eating Chipotle and then you're slamming birthday cake. And then you're, having a smoothie and now you're over the calories and you're wondering why you can't lose weight. Okay? If you can track, you can manage it. And then you can improve upon. Okay, so that's all I'm asking you. Start counting your calories. That training, some good sleep, some eating some nutritious food, that is going to make you a freaking weapon, ready to take on the world and ready to set out on this hero's journey. Imagine if your dad did that, dude. Imagine if your dad was this freaking beast that just showed you these things when you were young and told you, "Hey, boy, you gotta start working out, man. You gotta start working out. Okay, you gotta, yeah. Let's eat. Let me cook a home cooked meal, not just like take you to McDonald's. Let mom take you to Wendy's and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't have anything good in there. Your body's a vehicle, man. Your body's a damn vehicle. It takes high quality gasoline, right? It takes a certain amount of gasoline. You need to know that. Okay, so I'm really pushing for you to start counting your macros because I know how powerful this can be. Moving on. In the hero's journey, something that happens is there's usually always a mentor. Look, like think of this, man. You meet Gandalf, okay? Think of countless times in games that there has been a mentor, there has been a spirit guide, there has been someone to teach you about the realm or to help you on this path. If you didn't have them, you would be so lonely, you'd be so confused, you wouldn't know what to do. Now, what I recommend doing is, let's be honest, you need to make some kind of money. Most of you are being told your whole life, you have to go to college, you got to go to school. The boomers, they praise college. Somehow the world convinced them that college was the best thing and that it was so important. Maybe for them, not for us. That's just the way it is. If you go to college now, I would highly recommend that you go in there because you want to go there and you're studying for something that's going to, you're in the STEM fields, or you're going to like become a doctor or something. You're a lawyer. Like going to college for an arts degree is kind of dumb. You could just create art right now. Going to school for a business degree, dude, did the professors even start a business? Like, what are you going to do? Why not try creating a business now? You know what I'm saying? So the best thing right now, like you go to school and those are your mentors, right? But that's not what I'm saying. Nowadays, there's different mentors. Maybe the mentor is from a job. Let me just give you an example of my first mentor. When I was working at a car dealership, I was washing cars. And, it was good because now I started to make some money. I could save. I could kind of pay for my cheap apartment. I was living in like a $500, $600 apartment. And then one day, this guy came up to me and he said, "Hey, man, I think you should do car sales." And he was actually the general manager at the car dealership. And I said, "Honestly, I don't know if I can do it." He said, "Why not?" He actually believed in me. He was my Gandalf, dude. I want to hug the guy right now. He's my Gandalf, And he believed in me. He said, "Come with me. Let me show you. Let me show you how to do this." And I said, "Okay." That was me answering the call. I was ready. I knew that even though I was afraid of stuff, if I just tried, man, we all got massive potential. If we just try, we can do anything. So I said, "Okay." And he started showing me the basics, the in and outs of selling cars, how to open, how to talk to people, how to know about the cars in my area, how to close the deal, how to be truthful and honest and not be scummy like all these other. And people, it made me the top salesman multiple months in a row. I remember the first time I got my paycheck, a couple $1,000s, man. Just revolutionized my life and my mind because I realized I can do this. I can do this. I can do this, man. I can do it. And I think a lot of us, we need that win in our life. Now, those wins can come from meeting someone that can teach you the ins and outs or teach you a skill. There's the trades. You could plumbing, HVAC, technician, carpentry, like you can go into that. And those are like an apprenticeship. You know what I mean? Like there's actually someone there that knows what they're doing and they teach you how to do it. Journeyman, they teach you how to be a mechanic. They teach you how to change the oil, how to get under the hood and learn all the ins and outs of the vehicle. Those are very specific, specialized areas where you can find a mentor. Most guys these days, we don't have that. I recommend that if you can, you're in your teens, early 20s, if you can, start to work. Now, all I'm asking you is to experiment. You don't have to work somewhere forever. I was a bartender. Again, I had a mentor there, someone that owned the bar. I said, "Listen, man," they were looking for a guy with experience. I had zero experience, right? I don't even think I had anything to drink by then. I was 21. And I was like, "Listen, I have no experience, but I want to learn, and I'm willing to learn. I'll do my best." He said, "You know what? You sound like a good guy." Just that little bit of enthusiasm was enough for him to see that I meant business, and he gave me a shot. I started bartending for 6 months, made great money, a couple hundred on the every night. That girl kind of tipped me, hey, sweet cakes, hey, honey bun. It's like, hey, how are you? She's like 38 years old, saggy titties, but she tipped me nice, and I was like talking to her, I lent in my ear for the night, and it was amazing. I mean, you see a lot of cool people, but that was my mentor. So all I'm saying, guys, you need to make money. You gotta have some sort of income on this journey. Unless you're blessed and you have your parents funding you, that's fine. But even if you are blessed, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad if you got plenty of money coming in. You don't have to worry about money. But still try to put yourself out there because you're on the journey, my man. You're on the journey, and it's gonna take you stepping up to these challenges because what comes next is trials and tribulations. What comes next is climbing the damn mountain in God of War. What comes next is grinding even more, doing a raid in World of Warcraft. Leroy Jenkins. What comes next is the damn trials of life and setting more goals and going after those goals. But if you have no income, you're not even thinking about that. I mean, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he set that out for us. If you can't cover your basic food, shelter, and water, you're not moving up. You're not ever going to love. You're not gonna really be able to hold down a solid relationship and be happy because you're so worried about this. It's not good when you don't have the basics covered. So you want to get those covered. That way, it can be a launch pad for you to attack the rest of life. You want to be clothed. You want to be bathed. You want to have good hygiene. You want your hair cut. Because, dude, I mean, we got a wheel and deal out here. We got to negotiate with the merchants. You want a new party hat? Well, you want to meet a clan? Like, dude, you can't be looking like a freaking from the sewer, like you're living in the sewer. It just won't work. So you got to play the game. You get what I'm saying? Life is a game. That's why we love video games. That's why men are so attracted to these video games. And sometimes we get so sucked into the video games, we start checking out our life. I'm asking you guys, you're so well equipped. You're so well equipped to start playing the game of life. And yeah, it's a bit hard. I'm telling you though, when you have other guys on your side, when you have some structure, it's not that hard. Grind it out, consistency, okay? So let's just keep moving on. I would find some way to make income. You don't have to stay there forever. Yeah, you might have to work jobs you hate. I've said this multiple times. I worked 3 jobs at once. I worked a night shift, 40 hours a week, right? All night. Then I would clean this church in these nasty apartments. I'm scrubbing the soap scum, like sweeping people's toenails from under the cabinets in the oven. Once saw a little rat scurry along. I'm like, Jesus, man, I got to get out of here, And then I was bartending on the weekends, and I didn't really like it. But that taught me a lot. It showed me the possibilities. It got me good talking to people. It got me good understanding some social dynamics. It got me okay with confronting and standing up in sort of chaotic situations. And so it's all experience. You're a student of life. You're at the beginning of this thing. You're not supposed to have everything figured out. I see a thing happening with a lot of young guys. They haven't really set out on the adventure, and they're over here worried about being super spiritual to become hippies. They think they need to have an answer to every single question. They don't have real wisdom. They've just listened to a bunch of YouTube videos, read a bunch of books. There's no actual wisdom. The wisdom comes by setting out on this journey and figuring it out. The wisdom comes by getting skin in the game, my man. We're going to wrap this up, guys. But I want you to really understand that there's some trappings. There's some trappings on the hero's journey. Now, the trappings are a few things. Women, okay? Here's a little side note. Young men don't need to be consumed and focused on a woman. They need to be focused on building up their character, meeting the mentor, and facing the trials in this journey. Okay? Almost like in Mario, the woman comes at the end once you face the dragon, once you find the treasure. The princess is there at the end. A lot of us are trying to shortcut that process, and the world makes it super easy to shortcut that process because it pushes us to be in relationships and to focus on love as the highest form of passion and meaning in our life. The truth is that love is beneath mastery, which gives men supreme satisfaction, and self-actualization. Again, this is from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you need, you can look that up. But love too early, I believe, can make a man fall short of finding his true gifts and finding true purpose in his life. Now, if you are young, say you're 21, you've got an awesome girl, maybe you're religious, you meet a great girl, and you love each other, that's fine. Maybe you could possibly get married, but I'm telling you, I don't recommend that, so never mind. I take that back. I still don't even recommend that. You need more skin in the game. You got some stuff to get done, so don't get married. And maybe your parents are pushing you into it. They don't know, dude. They're playing their own game. They don't even know what a good game is, right? So just realize that will hold you back. That comes later in life. You're gonna change so much in your 20s. I know you're 20 years old right now. You probably think you know it all, bro. When I was 20, I thought I know it all. Right now, I don't know anything. And like, I'm being serious with you. There is just so much I don't know. And you're going to change. Your personality is going to change. You're going to feel more comfortable, though. You know what's the difference now between me being 20 and me being 29 is that I'm okay with not knowing everything. And I've just calmed down. Like, seriously, you just calm down as you get older because you stop trying to micromanage everything. You just focus on a few things. Your world becomes smaller. And when your world becomes smaller, when it becomes your own journey, and this lines up well, you have more control in a smaller world. You stop caring about all this politics and all this BS and trying to like change everyone's opinion. Some people are just going to hate you. It's just the way of the world. Some people are going to love you. That's the way of the world. And, a good life comes from caring about the people that are with you, the companions on the journey. Those are the people that mean the most. Those are what's going to give you the best. And you want to be strong. You want to be a hero that is strong and can help them on their journey also. And so not getting love too quickly, because then you're not actually there to care for them. You don't have the same strength. You're not leveled up enough, man, to give that love, because you're still worried about yourself too much. You're still trying to like figure things out. And so it can take you away from that. The next thing is simply upgrading your life way too quick. If you have some many amount of success, one of the trappings I fell into, I got I think it was $4,000 check from selling cars. And immediately, I'm with a girl, right? I'm with a girl, so I'm already getting distracted. And now I'm starting to go out to eat more. I'm like buying a new car. My car now costs $800. It's not the nicest thing. It's kind of rusted. It's an old car. But guess what? That thing runs, baby. It gets me to the gym. It gets me to jiu-jitsu. It gets me, if I want to hang out with some friends, I can go there. But it gets me where I need to go. First thing I did, upgrade to a car payment. It cost $370 a month with insurance on top of that. I mean, that's a damn drain. That's not just a money drain, dude. That's a life drain. That's a cognition drain. That's a freaking wrench, in the system. Like, dude, you don't want that. Why upgrade so quickly? Now, the one upgrade I can recommend, if you have some sort of income from working, you met a mentor, he's kind of showing you what to do, the ins and outs of the job, whatever that may be at the time. If you have some kind of income, maybe think about moving out of your parents' house. Because what happens then is now it's like, okay, you're out in the wild, man. You're Lewis and Clark discovering the West. You got to figure things out now. And there's actually a strategy. It's called the death ground strategy, or you kind of burn the past away. There's no turning back. Once you cross the bridge, you don't go back. Right? And if you got to go back, fine. No big deal. I'm just saying, there's a fire that is lit under you, or you could say inside of you. There's more Thumos when you live on your own, when you're forced to shop for yourself. You're forced to care for your own territory. You're forced to clean up your own room, or you're going to be miserable in it. When you're forced to pay bills and stuff, as annoying as that may sound, that is what makes you into someone that can handle more and more and more responsibility, and that can conquer this thing called life and can create your own kingdom. And so you need to start out by having your own little territory, having your own little place where you kind of grow from, a launch pad for your life. That's going to really shape you. So I recommend that, but you don't need much. You don't need much. A couple, maybe $1,500, $2,000. Okay, unless you live in some crazy expensive city, you can make this happen. Again, I don't have all the answers, but just know that you are capable of anything that you put your mind to. Whatever that may be, anything can happen. There are no rules. Okay, there are guidelines, but you can create the rules. You can sort of figure out ways, man. You can figure this thing out, but you got to start playing the game, because what happens when you play a game? You get more in tune, you get more competent at the game, you start to understand it. I mean, even if you play chess by yourself, You start to figure it out little by little. So, after a bunch of games, now you start beating people that are playing chess. They're only a couple games in. You start to figure this thing out, dude. Whatever game it may be, you start to get better at the game just from playing the game itself. That's why it's so important to start playing the game in the first and pop it in. Now, don't play the game though the rest of the world is playing. You pop in a game, this game is complete BS. This game sucks, right? You take the game out. You crunch it up, you rip it in two, Last of Us 2, and you throw it out. But I'm serious. What happens? You don't like a game, you switch the games. That's why we're playing a different game, man. We're playing a different game. You're not playing a game of faking status, being a hype beast, trying to impress all the people at your high school. That's not important. Wearing the nicest clothes, even though you go home and you're broke. We're having the nicest car, being in debt, even though you go home and you're broke. That's someone else's game. I'm not playing that game. I'm playing the Pirate's Life, High Seas, High Thumos game, dude. Fulfilling the destiny. That's what we're doing here. And so you guys got to be careful. Don't upgrade your life too quickly. You don't need much to live. And if you're sick of the game, then just start playing a different game. Start thinking differently. But that's what it takes. It takes you having to go against the world because the world is forcing this game upon you. It's like every one of your friends is probably playing Call of Duty. Why? Well, it's the most marketed to you, right? That's life. Disney movies marketed to you, showing you how to think, teaching you love, the music, pop music, teaching you that love is the biggest thing, the most important thing in your life. Teaching you from school, that's the game. Teaching you to get ready to work a 9-to-5 job, to work under someone, to be another drone in the system. You have to start thinking different. We've been marketed to, why is everyone playing Call of Duty Warzone? It's not even that freaking fun, dude. It's the same thing after saying it's like doing a little casino roulette thing. Like you're kind of cha-ching. Okay, here's your oh, you lost. Oh, here you won. Here you get a cool gun. Oh, great. Just spent an hour doing that. Let's do it all again. Oh, but I'm playing with my buddies. Why is everyone playing this game? Play a freaking different game together, right? Because we've been marketed the same thing over and over. Same thing with our mindset. We've all been marketed the same mindset, taught how to think, taught how to be, taught how to live, taught what's going to make us happy. It's BS. You got to figure out what's going to make you happy. It's as simple as that, okay? So now you're going through life. You got some trials, you're facing. Now comes the time where you're on your own. You want to start saving up a little bit of money. Right? Maybe start investing. I highly recommend a little side note here. Start looking into cryptocurrency. We're at the verge of something that is huge. I'm not a financial advisor. I think I have to say that, but look into some cryptocurrency. Something we talk about all the time in our Discord. Now, you can make a lot of money. Okay, in anything you do. In investing, I would say. Okay, let me just choose my words wisely here. Cryptocurrency is very new. There's never been a time like this, ever. Your dad didn't know what a cryptocurrency, never heard the word. Okay, pay attention. That's a big part. Pay attention to what this game is doing, to how the game is changing. Pay attention. There's a new monetary system in the game. You want to be aware, maybe your little rupees that you have are going to be changed into some digital token currency, and now you got a whole bag of, and you're like, what the hell, man? Why wasn't I paying attention to this? Now everyone's got all this digital currency, and you got none of it, all right? Or learn about the stock market. Learn a little bit. Start talking to people. Start getting curious. That's what it is. You got to be curious on this journey. We're going to miss out on a lot of the Easter eggs, okay? That's what it is. You're going to miss out on the Easter eggs, man. That's what this thing is. Seriously. You can't be, Shadow of Colossus, man. Think about that. Shadow of Colossus. There's some Easter egg. People are hunting. They're figuring that thing out even today. I think it's like 10 years. All I'm saying is, remember, there's Easter eggs in this game. And they're not even Easter eggs. They're there. It's just the narrative. You haven't been told to pay attention to those. You're worrying about this. You're off in this weird land, scrummaging around trying to figure it out. But get with people, talk to people, stay curious. That's what I would say. Invest a little bit of money. Invest in yourself, okay? Gym membership is investing in yourself. Buying some weights, invest in yourself. Getting good food, invest in yourself. Getting some decent supplements, investing in yourself. Putting on maybe buying a new shirt, not some crazy hyped up shirt everyone else wants. No, but like looking decent is investing in yourself. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, okay? Going forward, now you're going to start to feel some power. This is what I call walking the narrow path. This is what I call this unexplainable power that makes you feel like you're on the right path. Your life starts to take on meaning. Not all at once. It's a day-to-day thing. You keep grinding. You keep staying consistent to what makes you feel good. You start to figure things out. Now you start to want to be more bold and take more risk. You want to enter that foreign land. You want to enter that tunnel, that cave, because you now are equipped. You have all of the gemstones. You have the sharp sword. You have the best sword. What is it in Dark Souls? It's like the Z-Wand. It's some German name. If you're a German, pronounce that word for me. It's like Berserk. You know, that giant sword that Berserk has, Guts has. It's like having the equipment to handle the unknown in life. And now you start to get like your balls, man. Like, you know, you grab your nuts. I could say scoop the nuts all the time, because now you realize, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I can approach that girl. I can start that. I can get on here. I can talk. I can start that. I can do whatever, man. I could write that. I could publish this. I could go try to make this deal over here, you know, because now you have the equipment. You have all you need to do. You have all you need. And that's where it comes setting goals, you know, and going after those goals, man. And you're gonna start to know and feel an unexplainable power in your life. Okay? It may even make you sort of you might be less atheist by the time you start to feel it, because you're like, where's this power coming from? Like, I never knew that I had this power. Dude, it's gonna make you like just realize that you've been lied to all your life. It's like being pulled from the Matrix and seeing it for the first time. It's a bit depressing sometimes at first. It's not depressing, maybe in the very beginning, but you know what I mean? Like, you're going to start to feel an unexplainable power, man. And I'm excited for you to feel it. And so I hope you've enjoyed this video. Maybe we'll expand on this more, but I think this is the most basic things. A couple things you can do. A couple things you can do to really start feeling power in your life to make a change fast. All right? You need my help? Come talk to me. I'm in the Discord all the time. I'm talking. We're on the voice chats. We got a bunch of men in there. We're all in this group together. We're all playing this new game together, and it's awesome. And I hope to see you guys in there. All right? Hope you guys have a blessed week. Let's get it. Hi, Thumos, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.